All right, so what I'm about to tell you, women don't want you to know. Women won't tell you this. Okay. See, women need a beta male and an alpha male. What do I mean by that? They need a bad man. They need a bad boy, right? They need the guy who's standoffish, distant, acts like he really doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. The guy who's naturally selected, who has natural selection, who has options, right? She needs that, while at the same time she needs the love, the affection, the care, the guy who gives her all of that googly eye shit. See, they're not going to tell you this. Women aren't going to tell you how they need both because it just wouldn't look good for them, right? And guys, if you had to choose between being the standoffish type of guy and the guy who doesn't care too much and the guy who cares too much, well, guess what's going to happen? Drop it in the comments. Well, I'll tell you what happens if you choose one side, and I'll tell you what happens if you choose the other side. Guys, if you become the guy, let's say let's say you're the guy who doesn't care, right? She's gonna love you because she's just wondering like why can't she get your validation, right? She's wondering why can't you give her more attention? Why don't you pay her compliments, right? You get her emotions riled up. He's the one. I mean, you're those type of guys. You know, that's who we want to be, right? That's who you want to be, low key, right? Because we get our guts watery, right? We're the guys like who just really, at the end of the day, are over pursuing, right? And that's what happens when you're the beta. See, if you become the other guy who starts to care too much, gives her all this time and affection and cares, she's gonna lose interest. She's not gonna submit to you. She submits to the other guy. She'll do whatever he says, right? She'll do whatever we say on this side because we're dominant, right? We're in our masculine frame. Whereas when you start to soften up and become beta and more fucking submissive than she is, she can't submit to you. She won't submit to you. See, and you cannot be both. You can't choose to be both sides. You can either be dominant, alpha, masculine, standoffish, distant, on your purpose, detached, right? You can choose that, and that means don't get married, right? And you haven't or even in relationships because then you don't get cheated on, right? Then you don't get hurt, for example. Then you don't really care, right? That's what the whole concept is. Then you don't really care, and you still get the benefits of sleeping with this woman. Whereas if she's with the man who she's looking at as beta, a provider, in a sense where he just does all this and she doesn't want to submit, but he's a nice guy, right? You know, he might get cheated on. He might get cheated on. Now, I'm not saying every girl cheats at all, but again, if this guy right here is giving her all that love, all that affection, all that fucking like Disney shit, right? Low key, that woman is seeking, and has desires for the bad boy, the guy who she can't get, the guy who, in the deepest parts of her soul, she really wants. Like the guy who was when we walk in, right? She can't help but look at. She can't help but bring her hair, right? You want to be that guy, not the guy who's just completely submitted up to his wife or his girlfriend, and there's no sexual tension anymore. There's no emotion anymore, right? Women want that. Women want the man who makes her feel like a woman, not the guy. For example, I saw this dude the other day, just literally today actually. We're on the side of Walmart, and this dude is asking his girl like, what kind of fucking steak like they should get. They're looking at steak, and I'm not trying to talk negative about people, but he's like, well, the dude was just consulting too fucking much with her. And you could tell she was just like, just make a decision, right? Like she wanted him to just make a choice. He kept asking her like, oh well, what's today's date? Well, we can eat it tomorrow. Do you want to eat it tomorrow? What if well we can eat it tonight? She's like, I don't care. Do what you want. Grab some food. Let's eat, right? He's like, well, what about this? Like, he was acting too much of a little submissive dude, and making her make the decision. And you could tell, like, if a real alpha pull up on her, she might cheat, bro. She just might. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say anything negative about women, but you got to understand, guys. Women aren't going to tell you that they need both of these men. They're not going to tell you that they need both, and you can't be both. So it's up to you, bro. You got to decide which one you want to be. Now I'm saying, if you're an alpha male, right, and you know we're doing what we do, if we act a certain type of way, and then you know she perceives you like that, you want to stay like that. It doesn't mean you can't do nice things or kind things, right? It doesn't mean that you can't show love, right? But you can't ever let her get too comfortable. You can't ever let her think that you don't have options. You can't let her think that her position is secured like indefinitely. Sure, you know, certain women want stability. Women want stability, but you have to maintain the attraction, man. You know, let her never forget. You know, and don't be cocky asshole about it. You know, because women have more options than men. We know this, but let her never forget that. You know, you are a high status man. You know, when you're an alpha man and you do something nice, you need to balance it out, man. I don't want any of you guys to start doing too nice, two things and starting to become too sweet for a woman. I don't want that to happen for you, bro. Like I said, it's okay at time and place and certain occasion to demonstrate, your appreciation, but don't get carried away, bro, because that's when she'll walk away. Because she needs both. She was with you to begin with because she perceives you as an alpha, right? But if you start doing some weak shit, then you start acting beta. She just naturally, biologically hardwired to not. She might like you, but she'll stop submitting so much, right? She won't submit to it as much. And she's just gonna want to find an alpha. So you got to decide, man, what you want to do, who you want to be, what type of woman you want to attract, and what role you want to play and what role you want her to play, right? And communicate, and be on your grind at all times. Be on your purpose, no matter what, And just remember, women won't tell you this, man. They're not gonna tell you this. But if between you and I, you know that if we had to sign up to either be the sweet guy or the nice guy, or the sweet guy or the fucking badass, we would choose to be the badass because the badass attracts the women, and it makes them submit. And the nice guy, the sweet guy, he's giving her the world. He's treating her this like that's great. She likes it to a degree, but deep down she wants that just you know what I mean. That just that hard, just the hard shit, man. She wants something hard, man. She wants somebody. She wants a man who she can't figure out, who she can't get. So it's tricky, man. She's not going to tell you that, but you have to understand that's the reality we're dealing with. Now, how do you decide which side you're going to be on, man? That's really up to you. But remember, you can't be in the middle. You can't be in the middle, man. So, either way, you run the chance to feel great or sad or mad, angry. Regardless, you're going to experience what you experience. So choose wisely, man. Live your life accordingly, and just realize, man, you can't find somebody and deter the odds. Meaning, everything that I'm telling you right now can be taken with a grain of salt. You might be able to find a woman out there who you can spend time with, settle with, and as long as you maintain your position and your role, she'll perceive you and want you and know that you are not a little bitch, right? Stay true to yourself, man. Always remain the same as you were when you first attracted that woman. Because when you and her, either one of you starts to slip and you guys see that, the attraction slips. Get what I'm saying? So always be on your best, man, and then she'll never really want to sleep out or do anything else, man, because she's she knows you're a hot commodity. She knows your worth. She knows your value. She would be silly to leave and fuck up. Right? You want it to be to that point. So until that, bro, just until then, just keep on working on yourself. Like work on your best self, become your best self, and then you won't have to worry about any of this bullshit. This is all just for you guys who really don't understand. If you're just getting started, you can get to a point where you have a woman, and she's submissive to you and she loves you, and she's just for you, and you can do nice things and you can be kind in a way, right? But she'll never forget. She'll never know who you truly are, But you can't fake it, man. You got to be real about it. You got to be really on your shit. So, if you're born a beta, it's hard to be alpha, man. Born alpha, you're probably gonna be alpha for the rest of your life. So that's how we move. So, at the end of the day, bro, just think about what you're doing. Think about just think about the dynamic between the two of you, and ask yourself, like, listen, am I submissive or is she submissive? Am I in control or is she in control? Right? If you're in more control than she is, she's not gonna strip on you, or she's not gonna do anything. But if she's been doing this, calling the shots, and she's doing most of the fucking planning and leading, bro, you're getting bitched. So, I don't want to leave a bad taste in anybody's mouth right now, but women need both, man. Women need both type of men, and it's very, very rare that you can pull off like really satisfying a woman trying to be both, because you can't be both. You got to do one or the other, because she knows. So, it's up to you, man. It's your choice. God bless your journeys, man. Comment, like, subscribe. Love y'all. Take care. Peace.